Did you hear about this technology only through the media, or were there other ways that you heard about how this was occurring?
We heard about this from the media.
When the RCMP or any other Canadian federal agency or department starts a new program or starts using new technology that could impact your privacy, it's supposed to self-report to Canada's Privacy Commissioner. But in the case of the RCMP using spyware on Canadian cell phones, that never happened.
The fact that the RCMP, and if I'm looking at the timeline, waited 3 years after starting to use this type of technology to do a privacy impact assessment, only reached out to your office after it went to the media, a couple of years after that. That's not a good precedent.
The House Ethics Committee is looking at RCMP use of spyware on phones that can be installed remotely and without the user's knowledge. Mounties can then monitor messaging and even turn on the phone's camera and microphone. The RCMP has been using the technology since 2017 but didn't notify the Privacy Commissioner until after the story broke in the news.
We see situations like this one where this is done very late after the tools have been used for some time. So we're not in a position where we can address or prevent. We're in a reactive mode.
RCMP documents say the tech has been used on 49 devices in 32 cases including murder, terrorism, and ransomware attacks.
Yes, I am familiar with the rigorous steps that have to be followed in order to deploy this kind of electronic surveillance technique. It is not an easy thing to obtain.
At least one Liberal MP tried to make the point that Canadians accused of extreme crimes have forfeited the right to privacy.
I mean, it's not useful to tap a home phone anymore. People aren't using those anymore. And that people who are maybe committing terrorism or murder or kidnapping or shouldn't have the right to privacy like that. You lose that right.
But committee members had problems with the presumption that existing privacy guidelines could be considered enough to protect Canadians' privacy.
It's important that these safeguards exist because of the impact that this technology, these tools can have on citizens.
Mr. Chair, through you, respectfully, do they exist? Because if they existed, we wouldn't necessarily be here right now, would we?
The Ethics Committee meets again Tuesday to hear from Canada's previous Privacy Commissioner and civil liberties activists. In Ottawa, Xiaoli Li, City News.